Alright, what's up, man? Y'all, welcome back to Corey H Chronicles once again. Hey, man, just want to kind of reiterate what I'm doing, man. I'm just kind of going over my life in this past 20 years that I've been in the music industry. And, man, before I introduce this next song, I wanted to bring up a quick, brief story, man. Oh, my gosh. I remember, so I left off at where I got dropped from the group, right? But I never told y'all why and how. So let me go ahead and be as honest as possible, you know. I may have had something to do with it, you know. and I'll be honest, see, back then, you know, I was young, so I was immature. And I did everything my way. So anybody tried to tell me something, I was like, nah, man, I'm doing my way. And, you know, I'm just, you know, this is me. I've always been like this. I grew up with 6 other brothers, so I never listened to nobody. And I used to do everything my own way. Fast forward, man, so we was in a group, and I remember we went over to the house. It was the owner's house of Frenchie's, and I remember the young lady her name was IB3. Shout out to her if she's still doing music. IB3. She had a little brother that can sing. I'm talking about this little man can sing, and he was about 10 years old at the time. Fast forward, man. We get there, and you know, I'm with Mason Road, and we in there, and I remember it was like, hey man, you gotta hear this little man sing. So I'm like, how you gonna go ahead and sing? And man, this dude was amazing. So I was like, damn man, I gotta practice. So I remember right after we left IB3's house, we went to Frenchie's, and right there off of TSU, right there by TSU, and I believe that's Ennis, if I'm not mistaken, or Scott. And so we was over there, and I remember everybody was inside the Frenchies, and I was like, man, I'm about to go outside and practice. Mind you, it's just like, it's dark outside, it's only us, but it's pitch black, so I go outside, I start singing. They're like, hey Corey, bro, what you doing? I'm like, hey, no, I'm just practicing, you know what I'm saying? They're like, bro, it's like at nighttime, just come on in here, and basically just kind of chill out. But I was like, no, I need to get better, man, this little man is good. So fast forward, it was like, dang, man. We got in the car, we was driving. I remember this real quick convo. He was like, man, shoot, we might have to make some adjustments, man. If people don't start listening, and this and this and that and that. And I knew they was talking about me. And so I blew it out the rug. I wasn't even thinking about it. Fast forward, man, Solange had this in-store off of 610 in South, right? Right close to that little Walmart. And one of the members' mother was a police officer, and she did security just so happened for Solange. She was like, hey, Solange gonna be in store. I was South Post store, Matthew knows gonna be there, all this stuff. So I didn't know who nobody was. See, I grew up in a church. So all I knew was Kirk Franklin, that was it. Who else? Yeah, Kirk Franklin, that was it. And so we're going up there. He's like, hey man, you know, Matthew knows gonna be there, man. Let's go to try to impress him. So mind you, I had to go to school. I was 17. Had to go to school. Had to call off of school just to go to this event with Solange in store. So I remember I didn't have no really like mature clothes. So what they did, the group, they were like, hey, they put together me like a little, it was a little ensemble. I looked, you know, older and wealthy. And so we stepped in there, man. Everybody dressed to impress, man. Everybody was suited in the booth. We get up in the store. We walking in there. It was a little record store. We walked in there like we was like, yeah. And so Matthew was right in front of us. So he's like, yeah. We walked in front of us. He just kind of looked at us and he just walked by. We was like, damn. And Brian was like, hey, bro, that's Matthew Knows. I was like, oh, that's Matthew Knows. For y'all who don't know, Matthew Knows, you know, Beyonce's father, whatever. Fast forward, we see Solange. And so as we walk in, we gotta let them hear us sing somehow. Man, I'm telling you, man, God be hearing. So all of a sudden, this girl, she came up, she was like, hey, y'all a singing group? We're like, yeah. She's like, why don't y'all sing something? We was like, hell yeah, this the chance, man. This the chance. We about to do it. So we hit our note, man. Soon as we hit our note, we stopped doing well. Matthew Knows came over there. He's like, hold on, hey, this is what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to sing this for Solange in store in front of the whole store. Mind you, it's a whole bunch of people in there. I'm young, bro, I'm amped up. I'm like, oh, bet. So we've been practicing on songs after songs just in case something like this happened. And what ended up happening, we was like, all right, man, everybody be on point, man. Be on point. Have your vocals together and everything. Man, we did our performance, man. Everybody loved it, man. And before we went on, this how we knew we were solidified. Before we went on, Matthew Knowles said this. He was like, hey y'all, hey, pay attention, hey, Music World in the building. Music World in the building. He was pointing at us. We was like, oh shit. Alright, cool. We was like, alright, bet. So everybody held their note, man. Everybody held their own. It was so dope. And Miss Kim Burst at the time, she was an A&R for Music World. She was like, she came up to us, she pulled us aside, she said, you know what? We had just let go of a music group and God said he was gonna send me a group. And y'all came right on time. She pulled out her business card, she said, hey, meet me tomorrow at the office. Man, when I say I couldn't believe it, I was so amped up, man. I was beyond happy, excited. So the next day we went, met up with Matthew Knowles, we sat at his table, and then this how this went. Crazy. This how it really went. We all sat down at the table, and we was walking through there. We were seeing all the albums of Beyonce Knowles. I saw Kelly Rowland, Michelle, and Beyonce. And I was like, dang, man. It wasn't there at the time, but you know, I'll get to that later. Anyway, we all sitting at the table. I'm like, shoot. So Matthew Knowles, before he started, he was like, all right, so before we get started, I want everybody to tell me how old they are. So we started like this. So we all look, we already rehearsed all this stuff, so we like, alright, you know, TJ was like on 21, Brian was like on 20, Vaughn was like on 20, TJ was like on 19, and it came to me, I was like, I'm 17. He said, okay, oh no, I said I'm 18, so he was like, alright, cool. He said, alright, now let me hear your real age. And we both said, everybody looked around, we was like, how you know about that? We was like, shoot. So we kind of looked around, started over again. Brian said, I'm 24. Vaughn was like, I'm 22. Steven said, I'm 22. TJ was 21, and I was 16 and a half. He said, yeah, okay. He said, well, see, that's what the issue is. And he said, man, see, he didn't want to go through the same thing he went with Destiny's Child when they were going on tours. Exactly what he said. He said when he was going on tours, the parents would get mad that they wasn't able to come. So they was like, nah, if I can't go with them, then they ain't going. So he said he didn't want to deal with that anymore. But it was such a, like, I felt like, dang, man, I'm holding the group back. And I knew everybody was like, shh. But everybody was like holding it down for me. You know what I'm saying? And so a couple of months passed by, and Solange had her birthday party. It was at Club Ice Age. For y'all throwback memories, Club Ice Age used to be the thing. Mike Jones, that used to be his club. Well, Isis had a ebony and ivory party. So we was all supposed to go. And fast forward, long story short, we was all supposed to go. And we had got into an argument. No, they all went out of town. I think they went to Atlanta. I couldn't go because I was in school. So, Steven's brother named Kenny, he was like, hey man, hey, you want to go to the Galleria? Mind you, remember, I didn't really go out. So I was like, the Galleria, what's that? He was like, you ain't never been to the Galleria? I was like, nah. So he took me all the way to the Galleria. So remember, I was in Katy, so he took me to Houston, in the Galleria. I go to the Galleria, and who would I run into? I see Solange and her cousin. Swear to God, this is exactly what happened. She was like, she knew me by my first name. It was crazy. She was like, Corey, hey, what's up? I was like, oh, what's up, Solange? What's good? How y'all doing? And she was like, hey, I know y'all coming to my party, gave me the fly and everything. I was like, yeah, nah, we definitely gonna be there. I'm with my member's brother, right? So he gets the fly. He's like, is it gonna be VIP? She's like, no, it's just gonna be everything, you know, everybody out in the open. And he said, well, fuck it, I ain't going. Now, first, I just want y'all to understand this one. I didn't know what happened at first. I'm thinking he playing. I'm like, man, you stupid, man. And Solange's face, she said, and this dude, Kenny, said it again. He was like, hey, nah, man, if it ain't no VIP, I ain't going, man. Shit, man, I'm Kenny. Like, he was, like, acting like he was the it. And I was like, I said, hey, Kenny, chill. And so Solange looked at me. She said this exact word. She said, who the fuck is that B? I said, I'm so sorry. And she looked at him and she walked away. And I just knew, I was like, damn, bro. I was like, what are you doing, man? Hey, man, dang, man. And I was thinking about it the whole time. So enough, I get a call from Vaughn. He was like, hey, man, what happened in the Galleria? I was like, man, Kenny was like, man, whatever you did, man, she ain't happy with it. So the night of Solange's birthday, I'm getting prepared because Von had told me, hey, look, man, I'm going to come by around by 6 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Or hit us up at 6 o'clock because I didn't have a ride out and drive. So they was like, hey, we'll pick you up. So I'm like, I bet. And get to 5:30, 6 o'clock, I'm calling. 6:30, I'm calling. I'm like, damn, why nobody picking up? So finally, I called Von's phone one more time, and Brian from Day 26 picks up. He's like, hey, what's up, man? I was like, I thought it was kind of weird because I was like, why is Brian picking up Von's phone? I was like, what's up? He was like, hey, man, I've been meaning to talk to you. So I was like, what's up, man? And he was like, hey, man, hey, I love you like a brother, man. We love you like a brother, but hey, man, you out the group. And I just I swear to God, I was just like this. I said, what? He's like, hey, man, we love you like a brother, but you out the group, man. I said, hold on, you can't just kick me out the group, man. He's like, hey, man, we all voted on it. I said, yo, voted on it. I said, hold on, let me speak to Von there, man. Let me speak to Von. Got Von, I'm like, hey, for real, bro, y'all kicked me out the group. He's like, hey, man, look, man, we know you're going to make it doing whatever you do, man, but we don't feel like you're ready, man. And I was like, I said, Von, but I was like, all right, man. I said, everybody voted on this. So I said, man, let me speak to Steven, man. So he was like, here's up Steven. So Steven was like, hey, man, I voted. He was the newest member. So I was like, man, bro, I ain't trying to talk to you right quick, bro. You just came in. So I talked to one of my partners, TJ, the one we clicked the most. I said, for real, TJ, man, you kicked me out the group, bro? He like, hell nah, bro. Man, I don't know what these niggas on, bro. Man, hell nah, bro. You ain't out the group, man. Hey, nah, we ain't discussed it like that, bro. Y'all can't just kick them out. And I was like, hey, nah, it's all right, bro. I said, I'll tell you what, man. Hey, man, I want y'all to be y'all best version. I appreciate for everything I learned from y'all, and y'all take care, man. But I said, well, hey, at least can somebody come pick me up to at least just go to the event? And nobody can pick me up, so I literally hung up that phone, and when I say it was this kind of weird feeling, and I was trying to hold back my tears. I tried to hold back everything, for real. I tried to hold back emotion, trying to be strong. But I remember I went up to my mom's room, I knocked on the door, she didn't answer, so I knocked and I just opened the door. She was asleep, knocked out. And I thought, real talk. I was like, Mom, they kicked me out the group. And she's like, oh, baby. So she hugged me. And I was so sad, but then she was like, it's okay. So I called one of my homeboys. I was like, hey, bro, I'm out the group. He was like, what, man? I was like, yeah, man, I was supposed to go to their party, but I don't have no ride there. He was like, bro, man, we gonna take you up there, man. I was like, for real? Bet. They took me up to Ice Age off of Westheimer. I get up to Ice Age, and I get there before everybody. And I remember, I get there, and the radio people and everybody was like, oh, hey, we have Mason Road in the building. And I'm the only person. I'm just like, yeah. And so they were like, hey, where is everybody? I was like, oh, no, they coming. I ain't tell nobody yet. So I get in there, and I'm just like, damn. And all of a sudden, then I hear again, like 5 or 10 minutes later, and Mason Road is in the building. I was like, okay. So I'm sitting over there in the middle of the floor, I remember. And I remember they came in, and I think they was kind of shocked to see me. Like, whoa. And TJ came and dabbed me up. He was like, hey, bro, let me talk to you, man. So I went in the restroom and talked to him. He was like, hey, man, bro, I've been thinking about it, bro. I'm going to quit the group. I was like, nah. TJ, nah, bro. Y'all go live y'all life, man. Y'all handle y'all business, bro. I wish y'all nothing but success, man. And I think I said everything happened for a reason, but I was like, hey, nah, you good, bro. And I dabbed him up. And then I went back in there, and that was it, man. I left, and my vengeance, or the one thing I always took from that, I was like, dang, I guess I should have been more receptive to all the knowledge they was trying to give me. I guess I should have listened more. Dang, I really messed up to come this far and then just drop my dream. It was like, imagine being 17, your dream was to always be there, and then all of a sudden you got dropped. So I definitely want to say this, man. Y'all stay encouraged, keep on going, because everything does happen for a reason. This brings me to my next song I want to talk about. My next joint that I wanted to kind of bring up, it was like, because I was going through a lot of stuff, was Hold It Down. And this was like an embodiment of all my failed relationships. And I just said, let me just put it up in one little song, and this is what it's called, Hold It Down. So I was like, man, if I have one person to hold it down for me, through the midst of all this storm, you know, I would hold her down forever. And that's what this is about, hold it down. So y'all check me out.